That's in that. I just put it in media. You guys can put it wherever you want. But
hey, thanks, man.
The startup steps for F18 is pressing the left for the window key and home.
That's Capsway.
Oh my god.
Guys, I've got an urgent question regarding the campaign. So there's a little bit of an opinion splitter in the F18. So obviously Red 4 people also want to fly it, but there might be some issues with how you're going to play it into the campaign so that it makes sense. So here's a couple of alternatives for now. We can not fly the F-18 now, and I'll come up with a good way to integrate it to the whole campaign in a way that hopefully makes some sense. Or I can just slap them in now, but that means Red will also be flying them immediately today.
No, I think we wait until they're more developed.
Agreed.
Well, we're months away, boys.
Plus, why should Red?
Cap, unlike you, we haven't flown the Hornet for 3 weeks.
I'd say give it like at least a few days for everyone to get the controls down, because obviously a lot of people have got a lot of practice in it over the past like 24 hours, but can they do that in fucking what they shot at?
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't think about that.
So can we get Sukhois on the blue team?
Why? We've got F-15s.
No, we want those J11As on the blue team, please.
We've got F-15s.
Yeah.
Literally, the F-15 is the best air-to-air fighter.
Why would you want anything with that?
But in the J11, you have the data link.
We've got the F-15s, guys. The best you can get.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying.
And shooty missiles.
But like in like say a week's time or whatever, everyone will have flown this enough so that they can actually not be sat there thinking, how do I work my radar again while Red
I don't
4
actually want blue
Sky?
SU-27s though.
The Honda's not going to be able to. Yeah, it's not going to be able to be VR for like months. Honestly.
I don't think we should fly it until like I think it's okay in terms of like close combat, but BVR it's not good, and that's what the campaign mainly needs.
It can literally replace. It can replace the F5s and the MiG-21s in the campaign right now.
But then if we're having limited amounts of F-18s, then I can just see them all going down the drain pretty quickly, because Red 4 is obviously going to be better in them.
No, the F-18 is probably the best air-to-ground platform we're going to have right now.
The what?
No.
I don't catch
A10. You can't even use smart bombs yet. The F-18.
Yeah, it's basically a flanker.
Yeah. It's basically an F5 with bombs.
It's an F5 with good radar and
it's a faster F5 with more missiles.
It's basically a Mirage with more ordnance. That's what it is, really.
Well, I've heard that there's still issues with Sparrows, right?
So are we good to go yet, or?
Roger. I think so. I'm in this sheet now. If you guys are ready, I'm just going to put the recorder on.
There's not issues with the Sparrows, are there? They seem fine now. There's issues.
Yeah.
A bit weird. You could it gives you a shoot queue at 30 miles. It's a bit ambitious, but well.
Oh yeah, I just look at my own range and fire. But yeah, it's true. I never listen to the shoot cues, basically.
Right. Okay. Start stream. Start recording. Professor Bloodknock. Oh no, I start, don't I? Right. It's day 10. No, it's day 11? Question mark. Can someone confirm? 10.
11.
Right. And hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So we're back on with our big dynamic campaign. We've had some time off because of the Hornet and stuff, but we've got to get back on and earn our money. So today is day 10. I don't know what's happened, so I'm going to pass off to Coffee, over to Coffee and Co to explain what's going on.
I honestly don't remember where we left off.
No, I can't remember anything at all. Well,
but if memory serves, Sukumi City has now been overrun by blue forces, and you guys have pretty much gone unopposed to Sukumi Airfield. Did we get there last time?
Last time, I think the net result was we got the SA6, SA3 site destroyed, and we bombed the crap out of Sukumi's runway.
All right, sweet. So now I know where we are. Cheers. So yeah, Sugumi City has been overrun by blue forces. You guys had pretty much unopposed access to Sukumi from there. All the Red 4 guys backed off in the ground and basically left the airfield for you. It was so pummeled to shit that it was no longer any use. So your ground guys went in. They grabbed anything that was even remotely useful, and they found some documentation that the twat in the office of Red 4 forgot to destroy. And what it basically does is it details a location of a high traffic unloading site for the mountaineers, for the guys fighting the mountains, and also the nearby SAM systems. So if you scroll up in the North American campaign for a good long while, you find the recon images and coordinates of it. It's, in a nutshell, it's a railway station with a bunch of defenses going on, and some SAM sites in reasonably close proximity of it. Other than that, the fleet has gone back out to where it started last day. I say this because people requested me to put the fleet out, and then in the mission they drove it back in. So I've put it back out again, just so that you can cut this out, but I put it back out because if I left it where you guys left it, there would be another massive anti-ship attack from the ground via dry, and you guys would lose more ships than you can spare, and the whole fleet would fuck off to minimize casualties further. So, yeah, don't rush the fleet in.
Yeah, so stop fucking moving the fleet towards the coast.
As a Harrier driver, I second that.
They're the ones telling me to give them air cover with the fleet and to
leave it where it is. Plus, every time we seem to move the thing, a frigate gets killed because a Nimitz plows into it or something.
So yeah, I've spared that from you this time. But
may I ask, do we have F-15s at Sochi now?
most of the things that are in Sochi should be. I mean, most of the things that you had like in scattered in different air bases should be in Sochi now.
Okay, because last mission, we had to take the F-15s from Kickoff.
Yeah, but hear me out. So I've left things in Makeup, especially some really fast movers, because A, it doesn't really hurt anything, and B, I'm not going to allow you to make such a mistake that you centralize all of your air force in one airbase, which leaves it wide open for an attack from a mountain, and the range is right next to the airfield, so it would be fairly easy to sneak in and destroy both runways and the taxiways, and then you guys wouldn't be able to fly for days, and you would essentially lose the campaign. So I'm preventing that fail state from happening now. Another thing that I remember now is yesterday in the campaign, you guys landed F-15s in Gudata, even though the runway was still under repairs. So what you guys have done by doing that is you've basically destroyed 2 landing gears from 2 different F-15s, and you guys managed to decapitate 1 airfield worker and injured 3 others. So
I remember, that guy was
I was there when it happened. In whatever defense,
guys,
we were
zip it
for some reason to land.
Zip it.
So yeah, now the runway is usable. It didn't prolong it per se, at least not to the point where it makes a difference in the campaign. But if I say that something is not operational just yet, don't land there. Don't do it.
Next time, land in the field.
Yeah, if you must. But even preferably, set your bingo fuel or something to a state where you don't need to land in the literal first airfield that you can and risk the lives of workers. Basically, that's all. That's all from me.
Cool. Right, anything we need from Red before we get rid of them?
Don't think so.
Lovely, Red, goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Recordings.
Yeah, why did we land at Guadalajara again?
Because we were told to come down. No. So I landed out of fuel there, and then we came down because Akdata to cut the mission time shorter. Otherwise, it would have been another 5 minutes getting back with the last two in the air.
That's the price that you pay for landing at Godata for the sake of 5 minutes, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was told
Wish we would have knew that that was the price, then we wouldn't have landed there.
Well, the runway was out of action. Everyone knew that runway was out of action.
Got RP.
Yeah.
Right, is that all red cleared out?
Mm-hmm.
Marvelous. So let's move on to the nav brief. So the weather is still fairly clement today. Nothing to worry about there. We now have additional airfield at Godata. I'm not sure what we're going to use as the active runway. I don't know which ones they are, but we will decide that should we need to use Godata. We still have our E2 Hawkeyes, call sign Magic on 243. And now moving on to the intelligence brief. So nothing particularly new on the stop brief, apart from the fact that we've lost those two F-15s. It is the landing gear inactive for a while. In terms of NOTAMs, nothing new there. Targets, I believe we destroyed the SA3 site near Security Airfield, and we've captured that, so that's now out of action. We still have, though, and I think this is going to be the main priority for today, is that SA10 site. And we'll talk about that in a moment. Also, we did spot a possible SA3/6 site near that SA10 site, but we don't have exact coordinates. The threat picture, I didn't have time to update, but it's pretty much the same story as last time, except you could ignore Charlie and the Sakumi Airbase. So the front line has moved beyond Sakumi Airbase. And in terms of area threats, we've still got those nasty SA-19s, MANPADs, 15s, and of course the SA-10. Air threats, we have a new one to add to that. It's the Su-33, which has that very annoying data link on it. So if you can be seen by a hostile ground radar, they can see you too. So that's something to watch out for. We also have our own Patriot sites around Godata, so that's something you can retreat to if necessary. The fleet is further out to sea, so you can retreat to it, but it's much further to go and will be less effective. So don't rely on it as something to shoot down all the people who are attacking you. Okay, flights today. We have a vegan flight. We've also possibly got a Mirage to help us out with some tasks. We have a full flight of Harriers. Preen in an A10, tail F5s. We have a full flight of F15s and also Sonic in the Mirage. Now, at this point, is there anybody who's not in the sheet? State your name now.
Clapper hasn't decided what to fly. I can't think what to fly yet. I was going to see what you guys were doing and see what would look cool for the camera afterwards.
Anybody else?
Flies and
Last is Grand Commander.
Should I join Sonic's flight as a F-15?
Yes, that could be quite useful.
Oh, you can join us then, Cap.
Yeah, Cap, if you join...
Haley's also joining the Sonic.
Do you want me to join Cap?
What
Cap,
the Mirage is doing.
Dumbo.
Yeah, if you join Chevy flight, Cap.
What the Mirage?
Warren was. Oh, never mind. I thought Warren was going to shoot. I used to stay there then.
Okay, then. So let's crack straight on with planning. So here's my current thoughts. Atomic and the Harriers. Are you able to take down the S300 with your sidearms? I know you've been practicing.
Where's the S300?
We have coordinates, and it's also on the map.
Is that Delta? That's nice. Roger. We could probably do that if we go in through the mountains. We go.
Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you to plan which route, but bear in mind in the mountains there will be things like MANPADs and other nasties. And on the coast, I think there might be some extra S3/6 sites that we haven't yet found. So just bear in mind with that. But if you stick low and you stick sort of tree height level, you'll be okay.
Roger.
It might even be worth taking some jammer pods with you. That could be a good help.
Yep.
Okay, if you're happy with that, then the cap flights, you just need to perform cap along the coast, and we have a bit more area to defend now. So you want to be pretty much looking for aircraft coming from between Sakumi Air Base and probably about 50-60 kilometers south of there to make sure that you don't get flanked. And essentially, you're going to be providing overview to make sure nobody attacks the fleet or tries to sneak in and attack our basic data, and making sure those Harriers have clear skies so they can do their stuff. So you happy with that, Dagger lead?
Yep.
Anvil lead even.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And Chevy lead. Warren, are you leading Chevy?
I can. I don't mind it.
Okie dokie. And Preen, what do you think you could do that's useful in your 810?
That's a good question. I'm wondering if bait, helping with the
Nobody's
S300.
acting as bait.
No, if you're bait, you're definitely gonna
Get some
hit.
target. Yeah.
Have we got any information of targets that you take out? Tunguska's great against Tunguska.
There's inevitably going to be more anti-air defenses around the coastline near Delta that we haven't found yet. So you could attempt to find them and secondarily take them out if possible. You've got your TGP, so you should be able to see them.
Some labs. Yep.
We're sticking really high as well to keep above AMPADs.
Yeah, stick high, and if you ever get in trouble, just retreat back towards the cap flights, and you'll be okay. Cool. Are there any other further points to that? Because that sounds like a plan to me.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. Can we
what's
get a quick rundown? I just got a phone call about a new job, so I missed everything.
It's all right. We'll be running through a final brief once everything's sorted. So is there any further points to any changes, any suggestions, any
I
issues
have
you might
one.
encounter?
If Preen, as I'm not actually flying, but I can still hang about on Discord. So Preen, if I jump into a Discord channel with you and you come up with anything that you can't quite tackle, I can take the MGRS / that long off if you can put it into a text chat.
Okay.
Just one thing. So obviously the Vigans are going to go through the valleys. Are you expecting any F-15 radar coverage over the valleys?
No, we're going to be fairly independent, so don't worry about us.
Okay.
Actually, since we have 2 cap flights, perhaps one flight can go over the mountain. One flight goes feet wet.
No, we're not going over the mountains. We'll just get belly shot.
Yeah, I mean, you can
do it in the
make sure your radars are
mirages.
pointed in the direction of the mountains in case they pop out. But yeah, you mainly want to be looking along the coast. That's where your radar is going to be most effective. But I have a suspicion they might attempt to flank us round the side, around to the right-hand side over the sea. So I would just make sure you have somebody with a radar pointing in that general direction. Okay. Is there anything further?
Can somebody confirm that Sakumi is relatively sterile in terms of anti-air? So if I fly over that, I'm not going to get shot out of the sky.
I believe I can't remember if Coffee said it's just the city we've captured or the airbase as well. I know that they took down the SA3/6 site last time, but just don't go stupidly low. You're not going to get shot at if you're at a sensible height.
I was thinking Angels 10, just
I was
all the way
thinking
there.
20. I was thinking 20.
Worst case scenario will probably be a man pad.
Just take AGMs only and Angels 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Atomic, any questions? Atomic?
We haven't heard from Hammy yet, by the way, unless I missed it.
We've got our own plan.
Atomic's.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm here. Do I need to wait for a call from the cap flight to say it's okay to begin our mission?
Yes, you can take off, and as long as you're within a friendly SAMnet, that's okay. But you need to contact Anvil before you're allowed to proceed to your target. And that's 10D.
So Anvil will be primary cap flight. We'll also have Chevy fighting for
Blood, I've just got to go for 5 minutes now, but I've understood everything in the briefing.
Good. Warren, is there any further questions? Warren? Warren?
No, I'm pretty good now. You hear me?
Yes. Okay, so to quickly rebrief, the Harriers are the main focus of this. They will be attacking the S300 site. using their sidearms. They will get up in the air but will not proceed to the target until they have been called in by Anvil, who are providing the primary cap. The Saber, which is just preen today, will be using his TGP in order to scan the coastline to the southeast of Sakumi in order to find any SAM systems, identify them, and if possible, take them out. Then we have Anvil, who'll be, as I've said, will be providing a primary cap in the area, looking up and down the coast to make sure that the Harriers are safe. And Chevy Flight will be assisting in that task. You might want to coordinate between you which flight is going up at which times to ensure there is constant cap coverage. I don't want to see both flights on the ground simultaneously and nothing else in the air. Excellent. Break down into your respective flights, do your flight planning, and I'll see you in the mission. P-Man, can you give me the server details?
Chevy flight.
Literally, I'm getting it up now. That's what she said.
I don't see 300 site here. I don't see an SA300 site on this map.
I think it's demarcated as Delta SA10.
Yeah, that's not an SA300 site, is it?
Let me just double check with Blood. Yep, that's cool. It is the SA10, and the coordinates that we've got should be accurate.
So it's a different sense. It's SA10, not 300 we're going for.
I'd still, if they're saying it's an SA10, I would SA300. I would treat it as an SA300. Just
this is why military intelligence is an oxymoron.
this is the Reapers. But I was thinking we could start if we've got Harriers at Makeup, start at Makeup and take bags with us and make a really big wide loop, and kind of left hook round from the north. East,
yeah, bags means less
in and over.
missiles.
It does, but if we only need 1 or 2 missiles to actually make that SA300 site inoperable, and then we can dump tanks and run.
I'd rather drop bombs and then run.
Then we've got to get close. Exactly. So I was thinking if we come in over the mountains, as we get to the mountains, maybe pop up really high and fucking floor it, fire off our sidearms as soon as we're close enough to get a lock, then turn back northwest, dive into the mountains and go back around to Makeup. I mean, it seems boring, but that seems the safest way to get us all back.
And mountains are full of manpads, as they found out last week.
The other option is to skirt round on the sea to the southwest and come in on like a right hook, and then, but then we'll be open to that S300 all the way in, and whatever else is hiding on the coast and all the airplanes.
There's no real way for us to get into that, to be honest.
So the mountains idea is probably the most solid. Or we could have one person go up as like a FAC-A with a targeting pod. Everyone could take laser mavericks, and we could laser maverick it at 10 miles out. Yeah, because it's about 10 miles in from the coast, that site. So it's quite a big run in. We'd be feet dry by the time we fired off our sidearms, if there isn't any terrain cover in the way. Roger. Let's try that then. Just hope that the cap flight's up for being a cap flight today. We seem to have an unlimited supply of Harrier airframes, so don't worry. Death or glory. This is when I want to cheat and look at the tag view. Sorry, go ahead, Tanky.
Yeah, fuck it, let's do that.
Cool. I guess we're waiting for the server to come up and everyone else to develop a plan. So we're going full sidearms, DCM. Do you reckon we'll get there and back on a tank of fuel?
Yeah, you get there from the tank and back.
Oh yeah, we got hold. So yeah, maybe bags. Unless you want to play air refueling simulator.
Just wait until we're told to take off.
Like we did when we bombed Sakumi. Yeah, that sounds. We were just sort of circling over the sea because depending on where the fleet is, I'm not entirely sure where the fleet is. I'm probably looking at the wrong image, but I think
yeah,
it's
we're
sort of
getting
like
blamed for that and all, aren't we?
20 miles out from Sakumi. So we could be hovering over the fleet inside the SAM net, which should give us enough. It's kind of south. We should be far enough south that we can just fly in really quick east.
Don't know why the Harriers bombed Sakumi because now we can't use it.
But Coffee said we shouldn't use all of the airfields because that's stupid.
He
So
said
now no
if
one
we
can
were
use
to
it.
use Sakumi, we'd have to lose one of the other two. So we all decided well,
Exactly.
we'll just stick with what we got because Godard is nearly fixed and Sakumi's going to be a wreck.
Exactly, that was my thinking.
So we went in to make sure that Sakumi would never be used if we're going to do a counter push.
So Sakumi, if the friendly fleet is where it says it is on the image, Sakumi should be under some sort of SAM net. So even if we just fly in straight from the fleet, if we hide over the fleet until we're told to go, and then there's probably enough terrain to, if you're flying low enough, to mask you all the way to that Delta.
The fleet's miles away now.
Is it? It's not, that image is not valid.
No, he said that the fleet is a lot further out. So if you want to go and hide with the fleet, you've got a much longer route to travel.
And if it isn't moving, we could spawn on it, or is the Harrier broken again for spawning on the fleet?
I think it was the 30 knots headwind that we had with a 20 knots speed into it that caused all that crap on it.
Yeah. But, and also Mavericks don't work. Normal Mavericks, IR Mavs, but laser Mavericks do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Just switch your DMT off to use them.
Oh yeah, that would be turning DMT off. But I don't think we're going to get enough time over target to fanny around.
It was one equal sign that shouldn't have been there that's cocked that up.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2 and he put 1 in or something silly, or he put 2 in, it was supposed to be 1.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be 1.
Easily done.
What's C++ for you? No, of course, on the Hornet, what about that should not have been released in that state? That's terrible. Well, you can't export any of the displays. Half the weapon systems don't work. The only good thing going for it is apparently is the nav system works. But Harrier, when it came out at early access, was light years ahead of this.
I guess it's a different way of looking at it, isn't it? Because with the Harrier, you could pretty much do everything in terms of employing weapons, making stuff explode. If you could see it and you knew where it was, but the the like actual detailed systems weren't complete. Whereas I think they've got quite a lot of the systems quite detailed in the F18.
Well, I know I'm going to put my foot where my mouth is, but when the F14 comes out, it'll be an almost complete model if the Vigan was anything to go by, because the Vigan was nearly fully functional when it went, because it didn't go early access, it went beta or pre-purchase, and it went straight into release. It didn't go early access.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that. I think I joined DCS sometime like a couple of months after the Vigan had been released. But it doesn't seem to have needed much changing, whereas the Harrier, it's like every week they did something to it.
Of course, it's causing me to have to completely rejig my bloody Lua file. I'm just looking at my MFDs here, my 3 MFDs for the F18, and I'm in the Vigan, and the radar displaying is over 3/4 of the display, which will not do. So I shall work on that while we're waiting.
That's why I fly in VR.
Yes, but you can't press the buttons in VR, can you?
Don't tease me.
Yeah, I can. They're clickable mouse buttons, aren't they? So
You've got a clickable mouse, but you haven't got buttons in front of you like I have.
no, but then I've only got to move my hand 3 inches.
Do you find with...
Yeah, but you can't see with VR on.
I can. Because my nose has been poked so many times, it actually cocks off to one side, so I've got a little sight line underneath the VR headset.
That's awesome.
What's the point of having MFDs and a complete like system in front of you if you've got a VR headset on that you've got to lift up or peek underneath to see where the buttons are to press them?
I can do.
It just works for me.
No, I like my MFDs. They're cool. I can press buttons. There's 60 of them to press, and the rockers, 4 rockers on each one. So that's 12 rockers, and 60 buttons.
Yes.
Buttons, man, buttons. Buttons.
I never really got on with Track IR. Are we going with the radio frequencies that are posted in the spreadsheet?
Request rearming. Copy.
Well, hello, good day and good evening to everyone, and welcome back to the stream.
I've got to figure out how to
Today we're going to be doing Coffee's Day 10, and we're going to be trying to kill an S300 site. So we've got 4 Harriers all trying to do that, which should be fun. We haven't done it before, we haven't even had a trial run, so not sure quite how it'll work out, but I'm taking sidearms. We're all taking sidearms, a couple of fuel tanks we've got as holding point, and we'll see what we can do. But whilst we're waiting, I'm going to do the auto start because I'm lazy. Center this head tracking thing and get SRS working. Where's the IP? Save those. SRS doesn't seem to be working for me.
We got a new one.
Yeah, they've released a new one with warning capability.
Warning. So we wait, still waiting.
Oh yeah, you can't go until you tell them.
Oh, here we go. Password. What the? Is everyone back in the Grim Reapers chat? Chat. Yes.
They're all joining the server. I'm in it.
SRS servers the same IP.
Yeah, I don't know. On that IP, SRS isn't working.
Caution. 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 Warning.
So let's get in the Harrier up. There seems to be some problems with SRS. I'm not sure what they are. Unless they're running the new one, in which case I haven't got that. So I might need to update. Oh, disco. Let's turn that off. I'll leave it on for a minute actually. Adds a little bit of realism, I'm sure. Everyone's joining in. So I wonder if this is actually going to work off of here now. 1.7.5. So in COM2, if I put 243, then COM1, I need to put our flight's frequency in, which is 122. See if that works. That's off. It should do with work with SRS now, but I haven't used it yet, so we'll have to see how we get on. Yeah. So it's atomic in. Yep. So I need to put my flaps down. Get the nose
SOS
was.
server's working on that IP address 86.184.156.32.
Yeah, what I've found is I haven't got the buttons on there, but I can use the Harrier's radios, can't I?
Roger.
I'll see if it works.
It should work. I haven't tried it since the latest update. It should work.
Okay.
For some reason my DCS is now being a bitch.
One thing I've noticed recently is you can't half get into servers quick now.
Yeah, it must be that memory management thing.
Yeah. Right, so it looks like we're all set up. Just waiting, let's put the lights on.
I still sit in the server for a while till I can actually do anything.
And that's set up. So it looks like that radio's working in SRS without the fix, which for some reason isn't working, but doesn't matter. As long as it's working, we're good, and it's more realistic to use this anyway.
Capture Guard 243. Cap P-Man 243 555.
Gumbo check 122. Yeah, that's off. Obviously no one's in yet. We'll give us let's go 2,500 on our bingo just to make sure we've got enough fuel to get back. That needs to be in up. That needs to be on standby. And put this up because you can never see them. There we go. Not too high. Okay, so it looks like we're all set up and ready, and just waiting now for kickoff. Oh.
Wow, since they've done to the Harrier, it looks all shiny and new now.
Yeah, I don't notice much difference. And let's get that on so we can see where we are. So we're going to need to choose our entry point towards this S300 site, which could mean that
Guys.
and it's not showing up as that's why. Oh no, that's all
Alright
wrong.
guys, there's a Tomahawk missile coming out. Was that you, Blasty?
Yeah, the coordinates have stopped working for some reason. How strange.
What are you firing at, Blasty? Let's go out, come again.
Oh, where am I? Where when we start moving? Here's the parking brake. Have that off. So we're all set up and ready.
Overlord ground, 243, radio check. Do you read me?
What's happening to the
Harrier?
243
radio check.
Well, what's up?
I read you loud and clear.
Roger.
The upfront controller used to have dings and dashes and bits missing. Now it looks pristine, clean, and brand spanking new, like engineering have been in and replaced it.
The hazing's
gone from the
screen.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean?
See what I mean?
Oh, that's weird.
graphical glitches as well.
I'm just sitting there enjoying the disco at the minute.
555.
Yeah, so I'm fully armed and got my tanks on and I'm all ready when you are.
Roger that, I'm just going to find where this SA-10 is and pop a little marker down for it.
Roger that. Yeah, it's a marker and an F10, so we know roughly where we're aiming for. This is going to be on the wing, just go and see what happens. Sometimes we get a little practice beforehand with tactics and things, and we've done that with sidearms and bombing and ingress and egress, and that's just stay low and fast and pop up and pop back down as quick as possible and chaff and flare. So we'll have to see how we get on.
Yeah, they changed it. It's a different IP. I just sent it to you. Check Discord. Warren, what frequency are we going to be on?
There's nothing else to really sort out here. Excuse me. Time for a drink before we go.
You should see my new Grim Reaper's skin. Oh, it's gorgeous.
I saw the one that you, the picture that you posted up earlier. Thought that looked good.
That was a Hornet.
Oh, you done a Harrier as well?
Yeah, I've got Grim Reapers across the top of one wing, static across the top of the other. In the middle, I've got a really big picture of that Grim Reaper, and then I've got it on each side of the tail fin. It looks really smart.
Oh, that sounds good. You have to put a picture up.
Yeah, just check everybody else can see it.
Yeah, that's true. Oh dear. So, here we are in the disco, waiting. So, let's put some stab trim in. And I usually put about 2 nose up. You can put 4, but I think that might be too much. And just so when you're going on for the takeoff run, it just keeps the nose up a bit when you hit a certain speed and helps you get into the air. I'm not sure if that changes when you rotate the nozzles, so we'll have to see. But if you're just doing a conventional takeoff, then that should stay as is, but I think speed and things, it alters it.
So I'm going to double check these coordinates I plopped down. They're in, I put the actual coordinates are in our Buick flight notes on the spreadsheet.
Right, let's have a look at these coordinates. Let's get the spreadsheet up. North.
It looks to me as if the fleet is moving.
East 414282. Yeah, that might be close.
I can't find 4289. Mine goes to about 50 and then it goes up. So I don't know if I'm in the wrong sort of long lap.
From what I remember seeing, it's around that sort of area. It might be just slightly further south. But it's a lot. I think it's along that ridge around there somewhere.
Roger, what kind of cover have we got coming in? We've got some forests and stuff, buildings.
Yeah, you know where that little town is on the coast, that Ockham Chiro.
Yeah.
I think that is roughly where that SA6 is.
So what we might have to do is go and deal with. We might have to keep turning up cold away from it and coming back in and kind of fighting our way in.
Check media.
Yeah.
Checking. Well, that's it. I've just Patreoned, so hopefully I'll get one.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
It makes you want to puke. And it's stealth coloured.
Yeah.
Rather than Power Ranger. Well, I've got camo. I can do camo as well.
That looks smart though. It looks good. Some of the stuff looks silly.
But me can see it.
See if they'll put the file in.
Buick lead ready to taxi to runway 24.
We should all have one, and then just us have the files in our thing, and then we could all see it. Did you say you were taxiing?
Tail will provide cap for the moment. I am the only cap aircraft at Sochi, so yeah, I suppose I will have to just scream, get out of there when they come.
Roger, we will wait for our cap flight to be overhead. We're just going to line up on runway ready to take off once they're in the AO.
Roger.
Roger. Yeah, F-15 flights, make sure you get in the air quick, because we don't want the reds to jump us. Roger that, tail is taking off.
Didn't know Red had jumpers.
Cap, where's the rest of your flight?
Check media now.
Rearming complete. How are you trying to get the rest to work? Can you get some aircraft in the air rather than none? Roger, cap scrambling.
How's that one?
Oh yeah, that's nice. RAF colours.
Do you want Sonic from Chevy flight to also take off and scramble? Roger, but hold caps on the opposite end of the runway to you.
Looks neater, doesn't it? It looks smarter.
And stop patrolling the coast.
Rather than Hello Kitty.
Somebody else's RAF camo, I've just added the Reaper to it. I'll put Grim Reapers and static, or just static on, because everybody knows that's a Grim Reaper, so.
Yeah.
Senior.
From the S18 I've put Thunderbolt, System Thunderbolt I think it's called, which is the RAF insignia for radio operator or specialist or whatever, I can't remember now. I'm very sorry, that's what we call it.
Central traffic, tail is backtracking to the runway.
I'm going to taxi out towards the runway and hold short.
Roger, I'm holding short, runway 24.
Buick 2 is taxiing to the active to hold short.
This parry track's long enough to take off on without having to go to the runway.
That's true, that's very true.
I don't want to trigger anyone.
Right then, let's get to the runway. There's static, I think.
I'm saying we should get a flight of 8 Vickers go down and smash their carrier, and then they won't want an F-18 then, will they? RB-15 slamming into the side of a consecutive.
Traffic is taking up from active runway to drive cap.
Right. Ugh. Let's get up to the hold short point.
F-15s are on the way.
Where atomic and static and anti will be. Let's see. Doesn't look like anyone's disconnected. So we keep the disco on for a bit and then turn it all off after takeoff. We've got our taxi light on. Okay, let's make sure he's not right behind me. Get around here.
Yes, clear that runway. I've got 2 planes, emergency landing, my cop. Perfect. The fleet gives us pretty good sound coverage up to 16 meters. We can even run in low and fast from there and then run in over. Oh, you meant like shit. Pop out of the. I'm alright. Head out, going near Ochumchira, whatever, and then head directly east onto the sound side. But obviously attacking anything in the way before we get there.
Yeah, sounds good. As long as the longer we can stay covered, the better, really.
Yeah.
So we need to have the RWR on. Yeah, I noticed the RWR now has a box around it.
Or if it's ECM.
Yeah, on the RWR page, it's a slight green box.
Well, doesn't on mine. Maybe you got it in like night mode. I know they implemented some of that stuff.
No, it's just in normal. It's like a very thin green across the top and like a pixel problem.
Right, yeah, I am not seeing that. But I did delete my FX over message changes the other day, earlier.
Yeah, I might have to do that again.
So I was trying to get my VR to be cool, but it doesn't want to be.
How's it not working?
Well, it's working, it's fine, but it's not, like, my kind of, like, in my head it was much better than it is.
Yeah, that's the problem with these things, isn't it, at the minute?
We got 118 for 140 at 1,000 feet hot.
Chat traffic, we have incoming enemy flights currently 90 nautical miles from the south from my location. So, yeah, don't take off. I'm on my way to your location.
Where's his location?
Yeah, that's very true. From my location, but where are you?
I just pulled out that flight and then he says it's somewhere south of us at 90 miles. What? He's about 20 miles.
Taking Warren, get on that runway, get in the air, get down to subject now. Tail is not jamming at the moment. Any friendly aircraft jamming at the moment?
Right, so if we go to aircraft there, put the thingy's back, won't it?
Looks like we're going to have to provide cap again.
There we go.
In the air yet.
So, I'll be there in 3 minutes. Roger that, Tail is right now just keeping a lookout. So if I just suddenly turn into a fireball, then you know why. Yeah.
What was it?
That's a diagram on Circus.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. Can you get it?
About jammers, I saw jammers on my radar. I was asking if it was a friend or foe.
Most likely foe. We have only one F5 currently in the air, plus our tanker and AWACS.
What tanker?
Jammer.
I had jammer bearing 185 from my position, but he's gone now.
Oh shit! One of the tankers, the AWACS doing that far south.
Could have possibly been a Harrier with its DCM on the ground. But be prepared for it to be an enemy plane.
Might need to get Blasty to move that AWACS then.
Oh shit, they're going to move toast.
Yeah, so if our AWACS is south, it's going to get blown up again. We seem to lose that on a few of these missions. Which is a shame, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately. Oh, sheet.
Well, looking at this map, we can head down towards Sukumi Town and then head east up through that gully behind that little hill and then pop up through that little ravine. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's the first time I've spoken gibberish in it.
He was just calling out the Foxtrot uniform Charlie Kilo after I
Well, that's the thing.
gave the red SAM intel.
Until you try it, you never know. You're sort of stuck and looking for tactics. But we should have a good go at it. We managed to do well last time.
Right, I've put two red circles on the river that I made just east of Sukumi Town. If we follow that river and then on that second circle, which is number 9, just shoot down through that canyon along the edge of them hills.
What for?
Oh, it's disappeared. Taking it off, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, can Red see these circles?
I think we're going out to sea. So if we go out to sea, would be good. Because there's a lot of sound, we've got some coverage.
They are right now below radar coverage since they were super low.
We've got lots of coverage, so we should be alright.
Tactical Commander, this is Buick Lead. Recommend you move ET, the E2 and the tanker well within friendly sound coverage. The heading south is a great way to know why.
The E2 and 5 don't have any jammers.
Inside the SAM net, so they should be okay.
Yeah, we need to move those, most definitely.
Any of the Harriers got their jammers on?
It is possible we have a
Negative for me.
jamming. I don't think they can, but...
Roger, it looks like you're someone at the airport jamming on the ground.
Roger, it's probably one of the unit flight. We've got jammers fitted for our SEAD mission.
Okay, Sierra, yeah, they are right now flanking us. They're heading into the mountains. They are 090 from my location for 70, so they are in the mountains. Watch out. F-15's heading from my cop.
Yeah, mine's on standby.
Mine's on receive, which means it'll only send out if it receives a radar ping against it. So, hold on, mine's in standby. Roger, mine's in standby.
So we're sitting around waiting for takeoff. It's just to let our cap, which was up there somewhere. Yeah, it's over there, the contrails.
Okay, let's mark the location of the latest A-batch call. They were flanking most likely north.
Up in the sky there. Enjoying themselves. But once they get further south, we can then take off and they'll be covered for us.
I see it again, yeah, here I see
it again?
It's really classy.
Shouldn't be much longer now, hopefully.
Last here. Confirm that you are not sending the fleet inwards towards the coast.
Yeah, they're trying to turn them around. They were patrolling north, and then they were going into the coast, so I'm trying to turn them around.
Okay, from Basti, don't turn around, just stop them, prevent any accidents.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, their speed is all set to 0, so I don't know what I can do about it here.
Yeah, try your best. I know the interface is a bit crap.
Well, not to worry. Could be a lot worse.
Okay, at the moment we do only have enemy flights up high in the mountains, but we most likely have enemy flights flying low too.
Roger. Okay, so there's one over there. Look.
What's the sit rep south? Currently, several AVAX callouts in the mountains, though we most likely have also enemies in the sea.
Yeah, let's take a screenshot.
Okay, it is right now looking at the moment, they are patrolling, let's see here, east of Sukumi in the mountains going up and down.
Here we go. Lovely.
Good work on the intel. Just for your information, it may not be accurate since that's only one person, most likely, just trying to lure us, so yeah, watch out in the mountains, don't fly above there.
Okay, so the enemy are all in the mountains
Tail,
over there.
what's that intel on that hostile out at sea? Whereabouts is it?
One out to sea. Can we take off now? So it's another waiting game. And we need to be in the air soon. We can just go fly around. Because obviously when we're going to take off, we're going to go in circle, we're not just going to go straight in.
I miss anything important?
Not really.
We've got one Mirage Kestrel just flying madly towards the enemy summoner.
Oh, is he engaging?
This is the problem with balloons, isn't it? They go off on their own, they get shot down. It's very sad. They should wait till they get into at least a wing of 2. Especially if you got 3 Mirages. We've got one F-15, one Mirage, and one F3 all in the same area, and they can't really bring up with each other. Another F-15 coming down to join. That's ignoring tender. Who should know better, it should be in a winged pair.
Request rearming.
Right, let's get that fuel back up. Just make sure I've got maximum.
Probably end up together, but funny hell.
I don't want to run out whilst we're over the. So I can get back.
Okay, roger that. Just watch the mountains because I have had most call-outs to that area.
Roger.
Strange how the cap's going out to sea then.
Well, they're too scared to go to the mountains. So I'm glad we're not going through the mountains now.
Yeah, the red seems to love those mountains.
Can't understand that. Our CGL is telling them that all the activities over the mountains and they're all heading out to sea. I think actually our CGI should be directing traffic, don't you? I think you should be directing, and the rest of you head this way, you two head this way.
So you flight Warren?
Yeah, it's supposed to be keeping SA.
This is Tail. I am apparently the leader of Shelby Flight, yes?
Yeah, I just did a fix and all that. Nothing working. I'll have to figure out some other time, I guess. I guess I won't be partaking tonight's mission. I have work to do tomorrow anyway.
Okay, Tail is getting a call out from the south, 090 for 60 from the fleet. Or rather the east, so just south of Sukumi.
So really beautiful. Roger that, say the lead.
The guy in your stack's got his lights on. Just get him to turn them on.
Roger.
Stand by as we clear the area, making sure there's no cap.
Roger that, Amber.
Chevy Flight is just checking out the pop-up. We have a pool for 096 for 60, just south of Sukumi.
Looks like Warren's having some issues. He came in disconnected again.
Yeah, he said he was done for the evening, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got work on something tomorrow.
Fair enough.
I'm taking my fuel tanks off. We're just sitting here emptying them and we can't refill them while we're on the ground.
Roger, likewise.
In fact, we've got such a short way to go, I don't think I will take them.
Table lead and real lead.
Okay, Tender. I don't think we should go too much towards Sukumi, but yeah, sure, go ahead. Whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm just going up a bit more further and then gonna let Captain Signori cover me.
Okay, roger that. Sonic and we are covering you.
They really heavily.
So we're going to go and loiter or just go straight there?
Let's get in the air and loiter. Just straight over the carrier.
I'm going to request to take off on the A10 Sabre. By the time we'll get there, you guys should be
taken off in the Vickers.
Yep, so far over the coast it's clear, however we have reports of multiple bogies in the mountains, so if you come over the coast that way we can provide the most cover for you. Also, 5 to 10 miles off the... We'll stay 5 to 10 miles off the coast here, so we'll look to home.
We might be alright to go if we can get If they're in the mountains, we might be able to stay low and
If you guys
get
want
past
to take
them.
off, we've got the coast on lock.
Roger. I'm going to call us out on global in a sec.
Roger. Yeah, so we're taking off in a sec.
Anvil going to be taking runway 24, and we're going to loiter above the fleet until airspace is clear.
Copy that.
Sharing flight is right now turning around back to the fleet. We don't want to get too exposed.
The A10s are going off, the Vigans have already gone off, and we're going off in just a second. Here we go. When Auntie get us out of the way.
For God's sake, turn that strobe off. It's like a police beacon.
He's got the strobe on, isn't he?
Yeah, no, me. I've got a bit of disco going on.
How we doing? And I'm just refueling.
Order.
There you go, strobe off.
So we have one.
Alright, let's get nose wheel steering off. Get the stove flaps going. And once we're ready, I'll stick the water on, give us a few more revs.
I'm going to go for a conventional takeoff, rotate about 185 knots.
Roger.
Thank you, you've got two empty pylons there.
Subject traffic, Buick lead, warship of Harriers taking off runway 24.
I'll stick a couple of Mavericks there.
Spool up to 60%. Brakes on. And gate down. Quick check well.
Right, here we go. Full thrusters, we're pretty heavy. 90, 110, 120, there goes nozzles. Gear up. Get the nozzles back down. Reduce thrust. Go nav, water off, flaps up. And then let's see where he's gone. Right, we need to go look to see where he's gone.
Vectoring 172 left hand. I drop my speed to around 350 knots, speed catch-up.
Right, 17.
Take us up to about 6,000 feet, so we got some height to drop and gain speed for our attack run. Or if we need to run on.
Okay, Roger. I've lost tally with you for the minute.
Don't flare out, I think.
Oh yeah, Roger, seen. Right, he's going up this way. Somewhere, oh, it's really hard to see him. Oh, there goes another one. Well, he's getting 350 knots, so I need to get a good 400 knots out of this. Try and catch him up. Even.
Ship.
There he is. It's a bit laggy. Roger, done same. Just coming up on your right hand side.
Roger, tally.
Lag, 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 lag. Gonna keep a little loose, it's a bit laggy.
Roger. Telling the fleet off to our left. Roughly about 10 o'clock.
Yeah, roger. Tally. Just wants to get down to 7,700 fuel.
So look around the good out area to just keep the mountain clear.
Yeah, once 7,700 fuel, I'd drop the tanks. It's going to make life a lot lighter and easier.
Okay, Chevy flight has at least one hopper in the mountain. Watch out, cap flight from attacks
Just
from
keep
the
an eye
mountain.
on him there.
Enemies currently heading north.
Direction on that train station.
Anyone else near us? Not sure where the other guys have gone. Oh yeah, they're around somewhere. Yeah, a little bit laggy.
Okay, we're heading right on target here.
Just so there are a couple near in your area.
Yeah, we're going to loiter for a minute, I think.
Problem is the campsite are running out of fuel when they'll be heading home when we want to go in.
On the low the fuel then. Hopefully. And there's some carriers to refuel us down there that'll go in.
It doesn't matter what fuel we've got, they've got to head home.
Anvil view, please.
Go.
What's your current fuel status?
Full internal.
Roger that. Sky's looking clear.
Cancel
That's fine.
Right, can we go?
Cancel just overflown where we've got to go on target.
Yeah, we might be good to go then.
Roger that. Or send message. Vehicle lead asking Catflight permission to start our attack run on the S300 site delta.
permission granted. We've got the area.
A10's going in.
Alright boys, I'm going to turn this on for vector. I'll give you a vector in a minute.
Damn, the A10s are going to be in.
Okay, 090 and as fast as you can without cooking your engine.
Roger.
Back now.
Stay with him.
And on the deck as well. I have not already said that.
Well, let's stay behind him in trail a little bit. Oh, where's he going?
Looks like I've finally managed to stop the fleet.
Yeah, at least the fleet stopped moving. I don't think they've destroyed our AWACS yet, but I might be wrong. What have we got there? Let's get up to 100 and get some speed up. Stay behind lead. Yeah, two's in trail.
Roger.
I really want.
Adjusting slightly there.
That's better than get right down to a good 100 feet.
Higgins, are you under attack? No, they're okay.
Stay low. So what we want to do is fence in now, just to. Oops. Just to ensure that we
Chevy Flight has several enemies
ready to go.
north. 22 from our location. Above, just to south of Sochi. Sonic is engaging.
on near the ground. I'm going to turn that off for the minute. If we get the flight path vector on him,
Okay,
then we just put it on
okay guys, please hurry north ASAP. Sonic just got shut down.
just in case. So we've got automatic flight control on,
It's burning south.
just in case I need it.
Okay, I'm marking the location of the latest fight near.
Okay, he's going slightly right. Get that back on there. Get automatic flight control back.
For some reason I can't undesignate anything. I keep seeing diamonds everywhere over my fucking time.
Sounds like a few things have gone a bit haywire on this end.
Roger. Current speed 510 knots.
Roger, I've currently got 469. I'm at 90%.
Roger.
Let's turn left.
995.
Roger, I'll step it up a bit.
I think we're about to get our asses spanked.
Yeah.
We've got things 40 miles away, and we've got things 50 miles away.
Yeah, loads of
Everyone's
pop-ups.
starting to light up. Remember, we don't have to get to the S300 if we can't get there. We'll just have to fight our way through and then either go back and rearm or call it off.
Don't know what kind of work it's not for anyway.
Wishful of this float straight down the coast, straight in.
We've got a Patriot system at Granada. I don't know what the hell we're out of the fleet on.
Got a big bird, that's our S300, I think.
Yeah, Roger's seen. I'm turning directly towards it.
Snow drop and a dog ear as well.
Yeah, see.
Watch out, guys. 0640, 30 miles and 3,000 feet. If you've got sidewinders, don't have them on.
I got one of them.
That's a negative for me. Might be a one-way trip. Well, let's get as much speed in here.
Tail, if I can get in range, I can turn them cold with a fog.
All our captains,
Straight cold. Bastard.
Okay, I'm at 200 feet and no nails yet. No spike even. It might be behind some terrain if we're lucky.
And just remember, if you pump flares, the enemy fighters will see those.
Yeah, Roger.
That's like tunnel ahead, yeah. It's rocking you, I'm gonna pop up and kill it.
You know the traffic tape standing on active runway.
Turn is spike.
I'm at 70 feet and it's lost nails with me.
Roger, I'm at 50 feet.
I see a launch.
Braking.
Yeah, it looks dead now.
Turning back in.
Okay, I'm just hitting the coast, so if you see a launch, let me know.
Roger.
Caution, all flights, cap is compromised at the moment.
Typical.
Launch.
Lots of trees here.
Where's this launch?
Target, Magnum.
Roger.
Yeah, it's another launch.
Magnum's out. Coming.
Atomic Magnum, turning away.
Gumbo Magnum, turning cold.
Oh, just flew straight by that. Heading feet wet, and then I'll go out a couple of miles and turn back in.
Yeah, we're just doing the same. Oh, now spikes from everywhere. Looks like static killed S300.
Nice one. I'm down. There's an 11 in the hills, whatever that is. Roger. Loads of SAMs coming out hot. Atomic, turning back in hot.
I've got a Tunguska. Turning back in.
I see 29 nails, bearing 140. Gone now.
Roger. Yeah, I've got 6s, 11s at 020. Big Bird is still up.
Atomic, Magna.
Gumbo's at the coast and running back in.
It's on it.
Looking for launches. Magnum turning cold.
Atomic turning in. 29 nails. 0, something.
Watch out, there's an SA3 on the hill.
Right, let's see if that one hits anything.
I don't think any of mine have hit anything. Harriers. Harriers, yep.
There. I think there is hostiles over your area. Cap's on his way now.
What have we got here? 2. Right. Okay, I'm out over the sea and turning back in now.
Possible enemy cap flight overhead. Atomic, Magna.
Roger.
Harriers reporting Captain.
Shooting scoot, Harrier. Roger that, Harriers. Burn north fast. Out or towards the carry.
Yeah, I've got a missile on me.
Buick flight is egressing now.
Magnum. Might have been an SA-11 getting me, but I'm running north.
Roger, 2. He's on the deck. 11450 from the
I've got the other S300 radar.
11 means it's an SA3.
Don't fucking kill anything, fuck thing.
And a cub.
Tow tank is put a sticker out, get moving.
Gumbo's been hit, Gumbo's been hit.
Escape. What was it? Bearing 300 tank.
Uderosa got me, we've got his SU-33s. Oh, that's so unlucky.
Turning towards Harriers from the west.
Didn't even get a warning there because so just a what's it missile? 143.
Atomic is 2% of it. 29 there.
Oh, 122.
One Harriers merged with a flanker. Atomic is it.
Can we respawn?
Train, be careful. You got flankers in the area. This missile off the rail turn. Roger, they're right below you. You see that smoking wreck in front of you off your 1.
paper.
Right, let's see if I can get the okay, auto sequence. Yeah, so we've got a few things there. Let's have a look. I killed 3. It was actually 4.
Then you were coming.
Yeah, so we got a bit of a dent in there. Where's Atomic? Ah, he got. I'm sure he got something. Where's Static? She got 1. I got 3. I've got more than that actually. I'm sure I've got more than that. Well, anyway, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Are we still in time to respawn?
I just have.
Yeah, sod it then.
I expect us to sit on the ground for half an hour running out of lights.
Well, this is I think we did pretty well then.
I don't know, I couldn't shake that SA3 on top of that hill. Gonna go back and get it now.
Yeah, fair enough. There's quite a lot around that area.
Target-rich environment then.
Absolutely, lots of fun.
Got 2 SAs and 4 Mavericks.
Lovely. Well, Udarosa shot me down.
Well, I'm gonna go in the way that I said I thought we should go in, behind a hill, pop up.
Yeah, might work now if they're over the sea killing everyone.
Caution, 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 caution,
All the caps got back to refuel, the A10's done their business. We've got 1 F5 in the air to protect us now. As usual.
Well, some of the Reds have died, haven't they? So they're going to be coming straight back in.
The thing is, it pisses you off to do all this talking about how we should do this and how we should do that, and you get in the game and it all goes out the window.
This is true, yeah.
Request rearming.
See if my sidearm attacks make it into this video this time, because mine didn't get in there.
Well, there's so many in the air, I don't know if I was watching mine or somebody else's, but one hit a tree and then I was getting beeped at.
Oh, hi Shifty, hope you're alright. Are you still there? I'll ask Auntie if you're still here. Just had Shifty, because I'm streaming at the minute, he's just sent me a message asking why you're not streaming.
Rearming complete.
Because I'm not.
Well, there you go, Shifty. Fair enough. Oh, I think he was hoping for a F18 stream from you.
Well, of course he does, because he's learning the F18 off stream, so that when he comes on he looks really good at it, you see. Whereas me, I get on and I make all the mistakes that everybody else makes, and they go, oh right, so you don't do it that way, you do it this way. So people learn more from my streams. That's what I think.
Well, fair enough.
It's got a long wait for me to stream the 18. I've got family up here at the minute, so I'm lucky I'm on tonight at all.
Oh, are they still with you?
Yeah, going home Saturday.
Right, that's all done. Have I got my load out? Turn these lights off, I don't need them really. Right, let's get to the runway. So, turn the parking brake off. So, map on here. Aircraft.
Overlord just said it's clean. That's good for me.
Yeah, that works. I'm gonna just charge straight back towards that area then. In that last run, I think I hit 3 sites or 3 radars, so I'm happy with that.
These idiots asking that.
Tomic, are you on 122?
Roger that one.
Alright, are you, where are you?
I'm just in a bunker, just getting started.
Alright.
I'll meet you at 2-4 and we'll go in again, I suppose.
Yeah, sounds good. Watch Wags videos to that. Yeah. Yeah, I watched some of those Wags videos, but doesn't seem to go in unless I'm actually doing it at the same time.
Yeah, I thought we've been flying literally right on the deck.
Yeah.
We lost our cap cover, that was our main issue.
Yeah, that didn't help, and then they just came in, didn't they? But Udarosa got me, but I didn't get any warning. It was obviously an infrared.
Yeah. Did anybody hit the S300 on the hill?
I didn't.
I didn't hear anything. I got one, but it's in the trees.
I got one S300 radar, one Tunguska, and a Cub. We've got 4 so far between us. Let's put that on there so it looks pretty. That one standby, that one up. RWR. I don't think I need anything else. Alright, let's have another run in. Cap landed at Godata. I think at Godata the runway's out. So we're not supposed to be using it. But never mind. It's just a game, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Shit, I've got somebody coming at me 27 miles away.
Right, I'm gonna take off because Atomic's just disappeared.
He might be coming back on.
Oh, is he? Alright, I'll wait a second then.
I think that his connection's just dropped off.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get in before they come back, but we might be alright. Hopefully we've taken out 2 radars of the S300, so I don't think there's it. I think it only has 2. In which case that's mission accomplished, I think.
Yeah, we might be alright.
Well, I hope so.
Do you want to head back in, or do you want to wait for Arnie?
Well, Arnie's taken off, and it's just to see if Tomic comes back in.
Hammer 3 taking off, so she's too far.
He's left Discord, I think.
Right, let's just go to that.
For your information,
Yeah, I'm just going to go.
Still compromised.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay, I'm going to take a runway and take off and head back towards where we were before.
Yep, no worries.
Not ignoring.
I think it's Auntie. Yeah, it's Auntie.
Oh, she's got herself in trouble. Let's have a look. Oh, not quite yet. Right, let's put these down.
Well, I got one off before I was hit.
Oh, she got it. Oh, you got one. Well done. Twist these nozzles. Right, gear up.
I'm watching.
Get out of the way. And flaps up. Water off. Nav. And turn towards. What are we doing on there?
Got it! Bastard! Killed it, nailed it.
Excellent, good stuff.
I don't know what I've got, but I watched it. I went down from the damn thing. I think it was that SA3 on the hill, or wherever it was, and I managed to get a launch just before I got hit by heat missiles coming at me. I'm sure Captain called that. And I followed the missile in, and it smashed straight into the radar truck and blew to pieces.
Oh, good stuff. Oh, I was too busy messing with my plane and I hit the water. Oh, well, sod it. I was too busy messing with me plane and I hit the bleed water. Oh, that'll do for me. I'm going to see what everyone else is up to. Oh, there goes Vegan. I don't know, I think we only get one, don't we? Yeah, how long have we been doing it? It's 9:05 now. Yeah, I think I'm done. I don't think Atomic came back in either. What's he doing? Whoa! He's trying to get somewhere. Oh, let's get that volume down.
Not P-Man, Sleazy, Kestrel, King, Signore, and Cap.
Yeah.
There's no point the rest speeding up if we don't ground pound.
No, well, Tanky's still going. He's in his Harrier, he's charging towards the area.
No, he's just fired 3 aim 120.
I'm going to watch Tanky and see if he manages to hit anything.
Yeah, we're going to call it off. That's all.
Oh, it looks like
At
Cap's
least I
gone.
can carry on doing my my thing.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is, you see, every aircraft needs a different part of the Lua file for the graphics. So the Harrier needs left and right, which is great. I put them in, but I also need the Vigan left and right, and that's a pain in the arse because it doesn't use MFDs. And then the Mirage needs left and right as well for all the bits and pieces it has, but it doesn't have MFDs, so we've got to move them about using XY coordinates and trying to get it right. It was alright when I had 2 little monitors, it was great, but now I've got 1 big monitor. Nightmare. Of course, I've got 3 MFDs, so when they get round to making the Hornet exportable, everybody's moaning about that, Mike.
Yeah, I'm your bet.
Sim pit builders that have been, they've been patiently, I mean, some of these guys have been building individual LED sets for the upfront controller because you can't get hold of 16-digit LEDs anymore. It's just impossible to get them.
Wow.
So they've been building them from scratch with miniature LEDs. So 16 miniature LEDs being wired together up to an Arduino to make these. So they've been busy for months knowing this was coming out, and then it pops out and you can't export anything. So they're going nuts.
Oh, I'll bet. Especially after all that work and they've been waiting.
Well, it's like we say, Razbam didn't have the inertial navigation system fixed, but at least everything was exportable.
Well, yeah, a bit of an oversight then. Wonder how long it'll take them until they actually finally get that done.
I know, but it's like P-Man said, this should never have gone on to early access or like prepayment, whatever you call it, pre-purchase, and then come into early access now. It needs another couple of months.
Yeah, well, pre-purchase was way too early anyway.
Apparently they needed the money.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard, yeah, that's what came out to me.
Oh. Oh, they're struggling then.
Well, they're only a little firm, aren't they?
Yeah, true. I wonder how many people actually buy these things.
Oh, it'll be thousands because this is one of the more popular models, like the Harrier was, and the F-14 is going to be the 3 most popular models. When P-40s come out as well, I mean, that's going to be popular, but yeah.
Well, Tanky's just bit the bullet.
Is he? Oh, what happened to him?
He was going along the coast and he just got shot.
Yeah. By what?
By coffee. No, coffee got you.
That's not fair. Coffee knows all their plans.
Are we game over or are we still in?
I'm out now.
Wow.
Yeah.
We get respawns for the first hour, and for the first half hour we sat on the runway. I think that's completely unfair, but maybe we shall all go air to air next time. And when they said, well, who's going to destroy the ship? Well, hey, you know, we get extra lives. You don't. Actually, I might mention that. Yeah, Butte flight next week, next time, we're all going to go air to air because you get more respawns. How would you figure that? Well, we sit on the floor for half an hour, 3/4 an hour. We only get 15 minutes left of the respawn period.
And the mission after that will all go in Vegans.
I want to go sink their ships. I want to go sink their aircraft carrier.
Yeah, that would be good. Alright then, I think that's about it for tonight. We'll see if there's a... Where's Cap gone then?
This whole thing's going on there.
Oh well, not to worry. Anyway, we got 3. And Archie got 1.
Oh, we achieved our mission.
So that was pretty good.
Well, I think somebody said I got an SA300.
Yeah.
I missed that. And I got the SA11 as well.
Yeah, because I've
All
got...
in a nice tree.
Good, with 2 many. Well, I got the other S300 radar, so if I think they have 2, so that should be down now.
Well, I wasn't getting a spike from it when I went in, but I couldn't find that SA11 that shot me down in the first place. I think someone shot that down, but there's another one up on the hill. Which
I
is the intel.
Trying to go for that, but yeah, unfortunately that took out.
Yeah, without our cap cover there, and with them lot all gone for a minute, it's just easy pickings for them, I think.
Well, this is what I said when it said, oh right, we're going to fly, we're going to do this, do that and the other, and then we flew out to the fleet. Hang on a minute, I thought we were going to fly down the coast and use the hills to mask and pop up and kill it. Why are we flying out to the fleet? The fleet's miles away, and it's all open sea to do the run-in. There's no cover. And by that time, it's like I said, I said to Tommy, I said, yeah, the cap is going to be running out of fuel. Yeah, we've got loads of fuel. We've got bags on. We can refuel and carry it. Yeah, but the cap's got no fuel. Hey, oh shit, the cap's got. Yeah, called in for permission to run in before cap ran out of fuel and left us high and dry. But by the time we got there, they were heading back anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we got a few shots off, to be honest. But because there's tons of man pads north around that area. I mean, he's got absolute horde of them. So it's if you could get close enough from the mountains to get a sidearm off, which probably could, then as long as you stay away from the man pads, you're golden. But as soon as you go near them, you're dead. So anyway, it's a good mission, and I think we accomplished our mission. Hopefully, Cap's back up there.
I can't understand this. Everything's a panic.
So we might have a briefing in a minute and see if Blood comes back in.
We're not even off the ground yet. What?
Have a debrief.
Again? Why? Why don't you just, if you're flying Cap, why don't you just take a load out and get off the ground? What you pissing about at? Are you discussing things or something, or having a chat, or reading Playboy in the cockpit? I don't understand why captains don't get straight off the ground, and then they all take off together, which means they've all got to go and refuel together. And that, I can't understand that. Why don't they stagger their takeoffs? I've mentioned this before, but
it's It's the
Blues have
plain
no
soggy
clue.
biscuit to find out who takes off. That's what it is. The plain soggy biscuit to find out who's the first one that takes off.
Yeah.
Everybody's back up in the main channel.
Yeah, let's go up there and see.
What was the Mirage I was fighting at the very end?
Kestrel.
Well, at least we got that S300, and that was
Right, I've decided
the
we're
main
gonna
thing.
do cap next week.
Oh, dropping us all in it.
I just lost practically my full fight. Warren had SRS problem, plus Sonic got sadly enough picked up quite early.
I'm not sure what the issue was with the cap, because, well, at least, Auntie, you got taken out by Circus air systems, so none of your kills were by us. Or deaths were by us.
Oh, no, it's just if we fly cap, we're going to get more respawns.
Because you die sooner?
No, because we don't take off in the first 3/4 of an hour, which means we only get 15 minutes of respawns left.
Because of the limit on the time or whatever.
As Cap said, you can only respawn in the first hour, but we didn't take off for 40 odd minutes.
Hold on. I don't really keep a good track record on who flies in Blue Team and how often. Sonic, do you fly often?
Lately, not as often, but I usually fly.
I'll let you be my man on the Blue Team. If it looks like the ground pounders are taking off late and they don't get one respawn, if it looks fine and you think it's justified, give them the respawn.
Well, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Or P-Man. P-Man is good too.
Actually, I think P-Man would be better because he's on more than I am. Plus, I'm starting a new job. Yeah.
Being P-Man is offered on his private channel.
Blood's almost a target.
Wow, I need to go with those SAM. That's better shit. God damn it.
I have a question. I saw Tail fly over SA-11 sites and they did not fire on him.
Not enough time to acquire a lock to fire. The SA-11 takes an absurd amount of time to lock, but it does have an absurd range as well.
Well, he was low, so he just like popped up right over them and he was gone.
Blood man, wow, that was a nice turn.
What do you do?
He got one hit on the runway. The other one missed.
Yay! Just one of the S7 there.
So, what I'm going to do here is, you guys hit Batumi and Cobbletti?
Yeah, I hit Cobbletti and Batumi fairly.
And both with one RB05, right?
Yeah. They landed back in the center of the runway.
Right, so I've been treating a single hit fairly, like it's going to take a day to repair or something like that. So what I'm going to do is, because Blood made the attack, but there would have been flankers to intercept, I am going to redirect that RP5 to Cobbletti, which is the active red for air base. So now instead of taking 1 day to repair Cobbletti again, it's going to take 2 days now, and so it's fine.
Good work, guys. Seems off.
2 days estimate. I can't speak for exact sovereignty.
This was the intense mission, Jesus.
Yeah.
Lonely F5 cap in the beginning. It was scary.
Oh, Teo, you must feel so bad, because if you had been like 5 seconds sooner on that kill you made on me, you would have saved an F15.
Yes, I saw that, but the problem was like, who is who?
Yeah, Coffee, I was watching that like from the ground at Udata, and I was like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, right, actually. What I was going to do is that I was coming into strafe view on the apron.
Oh my god.
But I saw Tail and started turning towards Tail. I lost Tail when he crested a hill, and I came back and I saw an F15 and decided to go for it and sacrifice the possibility of dying to an F5 because I couldn't see it anymore. think it was a better trade to get an F15 rather than an F5. I'm reasonably happy with that trade.
Right. Looks like we're all here.
That's just going to come and join us. He's just dropping the server. While I'm here, how did people get on with the server?
Perfect.
It seemed to be working okay from what I could monitor whilst flying at 9 feet above the water.
There was one occasion of slight disconnect. We started flying sideways for around 2 seconds, but that was the only issue I had.
Yeah, it was just very brief.
I got disconnected once from the server, but I'm not sure if that was my internet because I was still on Discord for some reason.
My
I thought you dropped Discord as well.
No, I was in Discord the whole time. Just couldn't like speak for some reason.
Frames were a little low on the ground, but we got into the air. I had a little tiny bit of lag to begin with, but then it just smoothed out after that.
The server gets my endorsement. It was good.
It's good. I'm just about to go and get the tracks and that off of the server.
Kestrel, you were the Mirage at the end, right?
Yep, that's me.
Fucking hell. I saw that it was devolving into a turn fight with a Mirage, and I just had to fuck off from there as soon as I could.
So all I had left was gun because I used all my missiles.
Oh my
killed
god!
Your wingman.
I was being spiked from behind, and I was thinking you might have your 530 still.
No, you shot them all at me.
Did we get you, Scare? I can't remember.
Yeah. Did I lose you over the hill when I turned over it?
Did the my first one for some reason I got blocked just before it got to you, and then the second one you dropped behind the hill, and then
I was like just weaving amongst all the hills at the time.
yeah, and then yeah, I got you with my second magic.
Good job, fight. Really good job, fight.
Okay. When did you spot us?
Well, we'll get that in the debrief. Get that in the debrief.
Hello, welcome back. Right to the debrief. So group by group. Hammer. I've no idea what you got up to. So what did you?
Right,
get?
we had a cunning scheme. It was ambitious, and there were several points where we could go wrong, and unfortunately, one of those did. But the plan was essentially we're going to take off from Sochi, and we had a 700-kilometer round trip by flying out to sea through Batumi Harbour at 5 meters off the deck. Then P-Man was going to bomb Sakumi runway, which he did successfully. I then went underneath the bridge that spans the river, and then we disappeared off into the hills. Unfortunately, this was the one point where I considered this might fail. The Reds were doing their patrol up and down the coast, and from the TAC view, it looks like they spotted us briefly on their data link during the 60 seconds that we were inside the SAM net. And then we disappeared into the mountains. It was all perfectly lovely, but they were busy tracking us by that point, and they were waiting for us to come out the hills. So when P-Man came out, he got shot. I survived a little bit longer, but then about 10 kilometers from Katese runway, Zoidberg got us. So luckily it was still within the hour, so we took off again. He managed to get Coboletti, but I believe there's some discussion about the fact that people despawned because they didn't realise I was coming. So we are...
About that, I came up with a compromise. So the situation from Red 4 was that you had 2 flankers coming your way, so you would not have made it to Senaki. But because you did manage to sneak up pretty much to the coast anyway, so I'm gonna kind of take your RBO5 hit and move that to Coboletti, so it's got more damage on it now.
Okay. The one thing I like about the RBO5 is that they're a high penetrating large warhead. So they actually do quite a lot of damage because when they were striking the runway, they were going Mach 1.5.
Yeah, so they go straight through the concrete and rip the foundations to shreds.
Basically, what they were designed to do, either hit these or bunkers.
Are those the ones you have to follow?
Yeah, they're the ones with flares on the back.
We simply worked out that if we release it at a certain point from the runway, you just count, and then you press it down, and it goes straight into the runway.
Nice.
Fucking hell, nice.
Cool. So hence we were literally flying, and ironically, we were using the auto land system for the Vigan, so that we could put in the runway headings, and that got us running straight down the runway.
Yeah, we were using essentially the ILS to guide us in.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was good, but the one you look on the tac view, you'll see there's one point where we're likely to get spotted, and we did get spotted. So
I'll tell you one thing, Cap. There's 2 pieces of footage you've got to get in the video, where Blood and I are flying through the fleet, and we're literally at the point where if they're standing on the deck of the aircraft carrier, they're looking down at us as we fly past.
Okay.
Also, the footage of him, P-Man striking the runway and me going under the bridge at 2 meters probably.
Here's my suggestion. Whatever cool footage you may have, send the ideas to Cap on private, but for now, let's debrief.
Yeah, aye.
Right, so that's Hammer. What about Buick? I think that was A10s or Harriers? Harriers, how did you get on? You had the impossible job, obviously.
Yeah, we went out to sea, hidden top of the carrier fleet as like a cap SAM protection. Then when we got the green light, we headed in really close to the water and basically fired our sidearms off of the first things we locked onto and tried to kind of punch a way through the SAM net into the S300, but we didn't get there, I don't think. Although I think one of us may have hit one of the radars.
Two S300 radars went, Tunguska went, a Cub went, and I think Artie also got an SA3.
Yep, I saw that. Well done for at least getting some hits and stuff. I know it's bloody really hard. So.
Sorry to interrupt. We missed Kestrel from Hammerflight. He had also another successful part in this mission.
Yeah, so I took off from Laycott, flew all the way down and dropped a couple of Mark 82s on the railway yard. RTB to Sochi, rearmed, refueled, and then went up as captain and got 1 kill on a 32.
Good job.
Okay, what about Saber? Who was Saber then? No one. What about Dagger?
That was us, right? Is that us?
I believe we were Anvil. I guess it's us next. What about Anvil? Tender also.
We were doing cap. Where'd Tender go? We were doing cap in the same area that we've been doing cap most of the campaign between the fleet and what is it? Sukumi. And we had enemies all over the place, from the south, from the north, attacking Dudada. We were very frantic. It was basically just me, Cap, and Tender. We went down to refuel. Tender got shot down. Cap was the only one up for a while. He landed, damaged his landing gear, so I was basically the only functioning F-15 left, and we just decided don't lose the airframe. So that was the end of that. Oh, Cap got a kill. Cap got a kill.
Okay, yeah, we found that the Superboys were dragging us north to south instantly, so it's hard to get anything done, to be honest. And yeah, we ended up not being able to protect our ground attackers, which is very, very frustrating.
Right, because we were being pulled away successfully.
Oh, is that all of us? Tail, Superman, Tail.
Oh yeah. Say it like this. Flight lead for the first had SRS problem, so we didn't have a flight lead in the beginning. Plus, I was the only cap for the first 15 minutes, I think, which was quite scary with getting call-outs from practically everywhere. Finally, I got something, and then Sonic got sadly enough shot down while being engaged. But I got a call from my dear grandpa. So yeah, he got shot down, and then I think I shot down the person who shot down Sonic. And then later during the fight, I did shoot down another one, and I almost shot down a third one, but he evaded and chased me, I think.
Roger, well done. Reds, how did you guys get on?
Well, my flight was me with Zoidbergers too. Initially, we just took off, flew up and down the coast and trying to lure the F-15s out by just doing chainsaw, locking them up, and basically trying to distract him from Shadow and Coffee. Shortly, we saw on Datalink a couple of Vigans appear over the sea, so we chased them all the way to Batumi. Lost him at Batumi, and I was running low on fuel, so we RTB'd. P-Man popped over, I got it. I got him, and then Zoid chased Blood, I think. Got him at the end. Landed, refueled, went up again, and it was a Vigan round 2, but then we were called off.
I'm trying to work out how they saw us on the data link because we were miles out to sea.
Something else to get, weren't they?
It popped up briefly, but we tracked you easier because I think your jammers were on at that point, and so we could see you.
Fucking called it, didn't I?
Yeah, those jammers,
very obvious.
they shouldn't appear because, in reality at least, they only respond to incoming signals.
Yeah,
but clearly,
I mean,
D6 doesn't model it that
imagine
way.
I would imagine if it detects an early warning radar, it's gonna go, oh, I need to defend from this, and then it's gonna start making it easier to keep track.
Yeah, but we weren't getting any nails, spikes, or anything out there. Anyway,
No, but the Harrier one does the same. The Harrier, a lot of the time, the Harrier flight are going around with their ECMs on, but they've got their ECMs on react mode, but they're still showing up on the DF5 and with the cap radars and stuff.
Yeah, DCS being.
Right. Anything else to add, anyone? Before we sign off? Right, so we've got some more nutritional work done, I suppose.
We got 2 of their runways. It's not all that.
Did we lose any eagles?
Oh.
1.
I think so. Did we lose an eagle?
We lost Tender to
yeah.
Coffee, and then Tail blew him away right after.
Roger. That's probably our best mission yet for losing anyway.
So we've done serious damage to 2 runways, hit the rail yard, and done some good seed work as well.
What runway was this?
We've got 2 hits on Cobbletti and 1 on Batumi.
So it's one of their reactive runways.
Yes.
How?
Yes.
Does the
I'm
Vigan have a
guessing with
gun
Vigans,
cam?
or
Hang on, say again, Coffee.
Does the Vigan have a gun cam?
A gun cam?
Not
Yes.
really.
You mean, is it F5? I forget. The one that
No,
slaps
I mean-
into the aircraft?
In real life?
No.
Yes, it does.
Wait.
Okay.
It does, but it's film. You can't. You have to develop it. It's in under the chin.
Stand by, let me check something.
I believe there's a reconnaissance variant that we don't have. But, I mean, we can always overfly a target and then you can just say afterwards that we managed to get photos of it.
Okay, so I have some interesting things to tell you as soon as the film develops.
Wonder what they are then.
There's a little bit
Coffee. Before you say any more on that, let you and I have a word afterwards.
Sure.
Is that the end of the debrief?
Yes, lovely job. Right.
Cap, can I have a quick word?
Oh, I hate you so much.
Can we get
you guys?
PMAG refill.
Thank you.
Yeah, please tag you somebody.
Oh, you guys didn't get it?
For some reason my tag view isn't working, so it
I disconnected halfway.
Yeah. I uninstalled it because it was messing with my system, I thought.
Yeah, I noticed my tech view is really small. It's under 10,000 kilobytes. I know it used to be huge.
To be fair, Atomic, I don't think we did that.
No, I think we did okay. I'm just annoyed that I didn't get any kills personally.
Yeah, did you pull up when you shot?
Watching my tac view, I didn't pull up hard enough because I was scared of being shot. I didn't do the full 35 degree pull.
Okay.
But everything looked, it looked fine until we were stormed by the SU-33s.
Oh yeah.
And we just didn't have time to react because we were so low.
Senior and Cap.
I dodged one missile.
Oh, they left.
Oh yeah, we got obliterated, we got stormed.
Did
Yeah,
Cap
you got-
die on takeoff?
Him and Signori hit each other, and then they RTB'd shit.
But they did survive somehow, I think.
Yeah, they did. They survived.
Yeah, they RTB'd, didn't they?
the funny moment for me though was as I'm breaking up, letting off a magnum, I just see Gumbo go straight over my left wing.
Yeah, I almost hit on someone.
How did I?
I like literally just saw a Harrier like flash past my.
Wow, that was close.
I'm gonna go. See you later.
I'm just about to chuck a taxi up over to the on Google and then I'll put it in media.
It might have been me then, Atomic.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that was close. That could have been embarrassing.
Because I was breaking out towards feet wet.
Yeah,
and
I
the other
was
one was
heading
going
north,
feet
I
right.
think. Might have been it.
Warren, please get your
Okay then guys, well thanks for all those that have watched, and this was campaign, Coffee's campaign, day 10. And we had a good seed flight, and we got at least 4 radars, which was good going for us really, until we got jumped by red, so that's the way it goes. Anyway, thanks for all your support, and thanks for those that have watched, and hopefully we'll see you again at the next stream. So take care, bye bye.